إلى الخير. Let there be from you a community that invites to what is good. يأمرون بالمعروف. They enjoin what is good. وينهون عن المنكر. And they forbid what is wrong. So they translate munkar to you to what is wrong. Whatever your mind tells you is wrong, that's what you will think munkar is. But munkar is deeper and wider than that. Munkar comes from the verb nakira. And nakira means to be oblivious to reality. Nakira means to be oblivious to reality. To be ignorant of the truth. To be ignorant of higher life. To be oblivious of the values of life. Because the verb nakira means you're in a state of what we say in Arabic language, nakira, indefiniteness. You are not in a state where you're in touch with divine loftiness. But nakira is followed by the verb ankara. Ankara means to conduct your life where you deny reality, where you deny the truth, where you deny the facts. So munkar is a state of existence where people, in spite of living in the midst of reality, reality is written all over them, on their physiology, around their society, on the earth, below the earth, up in the canopies. They live in a state of oblivion. So when the Qur'an says to the people of the Prophet that this Qur'an is a book where your life can take off, is a book of Mubarak, is a book of Barakah. And you can see how much we have understood this. We believe the Qur'an is a book of Barakah, but we believe the Barakah is in the Arabic. So that's why we have countless gatherings to read the Arabic, because we think there is some magic in the Arabic. There is blessing in the Arabic. And this Qur'an never tells us that. It tells us it's a book that contains the values, the principles that if you and I follow them, then our life will take off. We won't be like the rest. It will have value. We'll be on the plateau of growth, of development, of enhancement, of prosperity. We'll be on the plateaus of thriving and rising. We'll come out of the mess we have been in. We'll come out of our poverty, of our stagnation. We'll come out of the doldrum of being a nobody and started to become a somebody. This is the hope of the Qur'an. And this cannot be gotten by just prattling or parroting Arabic. This has been a great loss and still is. So now the Qur'an tells us about Abraham. وَلَقَدْ أَتَيْنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ رُشْدًا مِنْ قَبْلُ وَكُنَّا بِهِ عَالِمِينَ. It is we who taught Abraham uprightness. Divine reference is the base for uprightness. Whatever we are in society, more than likely we'll continue like that. With all our shortcomings, all our weaknesses, all our excuses for not rising and thriving. I can do that, you can do that. But when we decide to turn to divine guidance, there will be a change in our life. There will be a what? A change in our life. Rushd will come into our life instead of ghay. There are two opposites. Rushd and ghay. Ghay means going away, getting lost. Rushd means very upright, very sublime incline. So Allah tells us that He was, the divine grace taught Abraham. Then Abraham was such a great human being. I hope you and I can do that. Those of you who still have mothers and fathers alive, you're still fortunate. Many of us have lost our mothers and fathers. May their memory always live on with us. Because I'm sure we all have memories of the love they had for us. And the wealth they conveyed to us. And Abraham was an example of a youth, an adult, and a figure of stature in human history. And he approached his dear father and his parents. And that's where every child needs to always be. Parents do not necessarily have that option as we have, or maybe didn't have the opportunity as we have. And every child should be concerned about enhancing his mother and father. Every child should be concerned of improving the status of his mother and father. This is the least. They should be concerned of improving their health. They should be concerned of improving their stature in life. They should be concerned of improving their understanding of life, of changing the ideas that are not solid, that are not established, that are not factual, to more solid ideas, to more factual. This is the continuous responsibility. If you and I have parents and don't do this, and think we should just give parents, or give them some food, give them enough food, they should never say, my son never give me food. Give them enough clothing, give them enough money. You know, what you doing to them? You're not even being on par with what is expected. So Abraham said to his father and mother and his community, إِذْ قَالَ لِأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ. And this is for you and I to think about it. This is primarily why I selected this, because this is a relevant passage for me and you. So Abraham spoke to his community. He spoke to his inner circle, his household, and he spoke to his community. مَا هَذِهِ التَّمَاثِيلُ الَّتِي أَنْتُمْ لَهَا عَاكِفُونَ. If you go to the popular translation of Muslims, they translate tamathil, which is the plural of timthal, to mean a statue. You know a statue? Somebody make we normally have it here, they moved it. Right? A mannequin, right? So they have statues and what. So the ancient story goes that, oh, those people were making statues and were worshipping them. We, of course, don't do that, so we are far better than those people. We don't have statues. Muslims are fanatic about statues. Right? But we know only one kind of statue. We know the physical statue. The physical timthal. And we don't know what's the essence of timthal. The word timthal, which is singular and comes from the verb mathal or mathala, yumathilu timthal, mumathil. So timthal really comes from what? Comes from a verb, the essence of which is to project an idea, to give shape to a perception, to give a definite perception of what one is thinking and how one wants to live. So unfortunately, this word has been translated to mean a statue.